I mean, honestly, age 19, 4 goals in the World Cup.
The Cheryshev goal, which obviously I said I thought that if Subasic had been further back, I thought he had a chance to save and probably would have saved. I just think he comes out sort of down the line too far. He comes into a position which is just unnatural. Just stay a little bit, be a bit more patient.
Come on.
Look, I love Mbappe's goal. It was a brilliant goal, but I agree with Roy. Subasic should have saved that.
Pele has tweeted, or someone's tweeted for Pele, welcome to the club, Mbappe. A teenager to score at the World Cup final.
Twitter,
Roy, you'll be next.
He'll join tomorrow.
Roy will be next. I think Mbappe, look, Kylian Mbappe getting a kiss from the President Emmanuel Macron is the young player of the World Cup, saying bad luck and getting a hug from the Croatian president there as well. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. And Davor Suker, of course, the hero from 1998, Slaven's teammate. The young player of the World Cup, world champion, 19, 4 goals. What do you reckon he's on? 20 odd million, right?
Not bad.
What does he take to cheer himself up? Yes.
Is that after tax?
You're going to buy a lot of sweets.
Yeah, netto.
Where's he going tonight, right?
Yeah.
Round out.
Probably Disneyland.
Luka Modric, of course, was so desperate to get his hands on the World Cup. Interesting, Slaven saying not necessarily the end of an era, Roy, but it just feels a bit like it, doesn't it? They've been such a good player, such a good team. He's heartbroken, of course.
Honestly, we spoke about him earlier in the tournament, how he's matured over the last few years to be one of the world's greatest midfielders. And what they've shown is that even Slav's comments after the game, they've shown a lot of class after the game, when really they could have focused on the decision, but listen, that's great, because he'd be hurt knowing that opportunity he'd probably never get again, obviously.
That's the best player of the final, the Golden Ball he's won there. So obviously all these are subjective decisions.
Talk about a player with his ability. You know, even when you watch him at Spurs, you can see that he was something special. He's gone to Real Madrid, made them better. He's one of those players that, you know, he should be on this stage. Unfortunately, today, you know, he's come up against a better team, but he should be on this stage. And, you know, I'm pleased that he's getting something, because he's a great player.
So the player of the tournament winning the Golden Ball, Luka Modric. Fair enough for you?
Yeah, he's been excellent. He's one of those players that the team revolves around him.
He really wants his photograph taken there, doesn't he?
How hard is that?
Yeah.
That's not easy. Not that I've ever been there, but...
There we are. But he has been brilliant, and he's led such a good generation who will inevitably wonder what might have happened had they gone in at 1-1 at half-time. Emmanuel Macron's loving that, of course, because when your country wins the World Cup, it's never bad for you. Politically, Nestor and the referees are going to get an award, Roy.
I'm not sure he should have got a Croatian
award he deserves. Yeah. No, he's listen, we talked to the coach, come home. Still very poor decision. We shouldn't be literally talking about the referee after the game, because it was, a really good game, but poor decision.
But the interesting thing is, I don't think anybody is blaming VAR per se, are they? It's the way that VAR has been interpreted by the one person that mattered, the referee. Yeah. You're happy enough that he was sent by the other officials to have a look?
Yeah, of course, just to double check, and he didn't give the penalty in the first place, so it's not as if he was under pressure to try to change his mind. He went over, and then I just can't see it. I know we're talking about different ways of looking at different angles. It's just not a penalty, not a million.
I just think the mere fact that VAR is around is why you would probably appeal for that. That's why you do it, because then someone you better have a look. If that's not there, then you just think, okay, it's fine. You can't really give that. It's too close to his arm. But the mere fact that VAR is now there, you will want to appeal for that. You'd want that.
It shows that you cannot eradicate everything, Lee. That there will still be those subjective decisions based upon one person's thought pattern.
Yeah, but I think it's right that it actually goes back to the referee and they give him another chance to look at it, and he's changed his mind. Whether you think he's right or not, the process is perfectly correct with VAR, and I think that's how it should be. And we have to take it. It's hard for Croatia. It's hard for us watching because it's not a penalty. But ultimately, he's had another look and he's changed his mind, because he didn't give the penalty originally, and I'm still unclear as to whether Ian thinks he's a penalty or not. But there we go.
No. I just said I would have wanted it. That's all I said. I would have wanted it.
We saw that the Golden Glove, the best goalkeeper of the tournament, selected by the FIFA Technical Study Group, don't you know? Thibaut Courtois, who who's not there. He's gone home. And the Golden Boot winner flew back into Birmingham this afternoon, Harry Kane, with 6 goals, the Golden Boot winner. Ian, some people are going to say, yeah, but 3 penalties and 1 off his heel.
Yeah.
But penalties are not a lottery. They require nerve and skill and discipline. How would you regard his Golden Boot?
Especially the first 2 penalties he took as well, they were magnificent. We've seen Ronaldo miss, we've seen Messi miss, you know. He took his and he scored them under pressure. The fact is that you're going to take 6, people are going to say, oh, he scored 6 goals, I've fired a few of them in the top corner. It doesn't make no difference. He's got 6 goals in the World Cup finals. You know, and that's what we wanted. We wanted a team that were able to perform. We need a goal scorer that's going to score between 4 and 6 goals, and then you get to the latter stages. Unfortunately, we weren't good enough in the end, but Harry Kane's won the Golden Boot and he deserves it.
Shedding tears for the Croatians as the heavens open at the Luzhniki. The shape of Harry Kane, from England's point of view, was that since the sort of mid part of that Colombia game, he for whatever reason, whether he's got an injury or whatever, Gary, he hasn't looked as sharp.
No, not as sharp, but ultimately England had a great tournament. And Harry's been part of that, and he's a great player. And just look at, there's so much scaremongering before this tournament about how it's going to go, and it's going to be a bad tournament. Everyone's got their dream tournament when they were growing up and what they were thinking. Mine was 82, and you mentioned 82 before, and you may have thought a different tournament. I think this tournament's been the greatest tournament I've ever seen. It's been unbelievable. You see, Putin's there, and he's got obviously a horrible reputation. He might not be a saint, the guy, but we've got a couple of muppets back home that, you think of Boris Johnson, David Davis, and those guys who've just resigned. They're absolutely muppets, these guys. And we've come here in this month to Moscow, and they're absolutely brilliant. Yeah. This whole tournament's been amazing. It's actually sad that the tournament's finished because it's been wonderful. And even Croatia, they can be happy because they've been part of a great tournament. Obviously, it helps when England have obviously, got as far as they have, and Harry Kane's done what he's done, but it's been a brilliant tournament.
It's properly raining now. It always rains when Croatia are about. Let's go back to Clyde Tilty then for the World Cup winners presentation.
Not quite sure why Vladimir Putin gets an umbrella and the presidents of Croatia and France do not. Maybe I do know. So football's kind of going home after all. The man who championed the idea of a World Cup was a Frenchman, Jules Rimet. The first ever World Cup goal was scored by a French player in 1930. 20 years before England even entered the competition. And France certainly have modern World Cup pedigree. Champions in 1998, runners up in 2006, and now champions on foreign soil for the first time in 2018. They've grown into this tournament, results better than performances to begin with, but Didier Deschamps, the second veteran of 98, hired to find some déjà vu. Laurent Blanc was his predecessor. Deschamps took the reins in 2012, took France to the European final in Paris 2 years ago, took defeat to Portugal on the chin, and tonight becomes only the 3rd man in World Cup history to win both as a player and as a coach. His captain is not your average footballer. Hugo Lloris's father was a wealthy Monte Carlo banker. Hugo had a chance to make it in tennis as well as football. He's truly made it in football tonight. He's going to join Didier Deschamps as a French World Cup winning captain, despite an error which almost let Croatia back into the game. If you look at the players, you can almost make a good team of the players that he left behind. Alexandre Lacazette, no Anthony Martial, no Kingsley Coman, no Adrien Rabiot, who refused to be on call as part of the reserve list. Laurent Koscielny and Dimitri Payet were ruled out through injury. Karim Benzema hasn't pulled on a French shirt for nearly 3 years. There is real depth in this squad, and most of them will be around in 2 years and 4 years' time. And French international football has endured its crises. They failed to qualify in both 1990 and 94. They imploded in South Africa in 2010. But just over a year ago, England got a glimpse of all this in a friendly international at Stade de France. A 10-man French side coming from behind to win very impressively indeed. They've lost just once in 19 games since then. Nobody could beat them here in Russia. And Hugo Lloris, with just had one French Cup winners medal to his name, his second winners medal is going to be a World Cup winners medal, and he is going to have the honour to follow the man in front of him and actually lift the World Cup. Others will watch on and wonder what did they have that we didn't. It's been a World Cup of fine football and fine margins, but some of the finest players we saw at this tournament were definitely French players, and they will go home as world champions, just as Zidane and Desailly and Deschamps did 20 years ago. This was how it was meant to be 2 summers ago in Paris. His French national team in the French national stadium had the chance to win the European final. Would such a chance ever come again? Yes, it would. A kiss from the President of France and indeed the President of Croatia before the President of FIFA presents the trophy to Hugo Lloris. And France are the world champions of football. Champions again, 20 years on from their triumph on home soil. France win the World Cup on a foreign field for the first time. It's blue heaven. Très magnifique. I was in central Paris that night in 1998. It was one giant party venue. This sporting event has lit up an English summer as only international football can. But the scenes of celebration we saw in Hyde Park and right across the nation last Wednesday are mirrored all around the globe during a World Cup. And this is France's night. It has been football's month.
The rain continues to hammer down at the Luzhniki. These are bizarre pictures at the end of the World Cup, but France are the champions. They won't mind. Different sorts of slide tackling going on. We will come back and give you more analysis.